Just getting home, we've been working on breaking news of the suspect shot and killed by police after a 10-hour standoff in downtown Charleston.
The suspect, 32-year-old Jerome Thomas Caldwell, was wanted for shooting a Berkeley County deputy. Live 5's William Joy just spoke with the suspect's mother, and she told him her son was downtown visiting his sick daughter in the hospital. She says Caldwell told her to turn him in so the family could get the reward money.
We have team coverage with Karina Bolster and police reporter Harv Jacobs. We start with Harv, who has more on the suspect himself. Harv, what can you tell us?
Well, Bill, Charleston Police Chief Greg Mullen says during the standoff, Caldwell talked about shooting cops and committing suicide. Police were very patient throughout the morning and afternoon. They tracked him to the apartment on Cromwell Alley after getting a tip Saturday that he was the man who shot Berkeley County Deputy Lieutenant Will Rogers last Thursday. Investigators say DNA linked Caldwell to the shooting. They chose to try to wait out Caldwell since he was alone in the apartment. We are told Caldwell broke through the walls of two apartments. The people inside, including a child, were rushed to safety by police. Mayor Joe Riley praised the officers for how they handled the situation.
No one in the neighborhood was injured. No innocent party was injured, notwithstanding a gunman holed up inside of a residence for quite some time.
At the same time, the mayor said he sends our condolences to Caldwell's family for their loss. Live in downtown Charleston, Harv Jacobs, Live 5 News.
Within the last hour, crime tape taken down around Robert Mills Manor, and families were being let back into their homes. That's where we find our Karina Bolster, who's been there all day. Karina, how do neighbors feel about this stressful situation, which has lasted much of their day today?
Bill, you know, people have been telling me they're thankful that the standoff is over, but you know, given the circumstances and how it turned out, they're very upset. You know, they're sad, and they're giving their thoughts and prayers to that victim, or the suspect's family rather, just about what happened. Obviously, nobody likes to have this end the way that it did today, but I can tell you right now that there are very few cop cars here right now. I think I see about one Charleston police car down further along the road. If you look down further that way, I know that a lot of people were out here since 4 a.m. You know, they were evacuated from their apartments. They have been waiting out here for hours, just trying to stay out of the sun, trying to, you know, stay hydrated. So a lot of people brought in waters to, you know, keep them hydrated throughout the day. And now, after the news about Caldwell was announced, a lot of people seem pretty thankful, as I had mentioned, about the situation being over. As I mentioned, they had told me about their thoughts and prayers are with those families who were involved. Now, one woman I spoke with earlier actually talked to Caldwell. He actually let her leave the apartments. Here's what she had to say about the situation.
He just wanted to make sure that we were safe, that we got out of there before anything went wrong, and he wanted to make sure that the other residents were safe before anything transpired.
Now, police were able to get all the residents out of that building, to my knowledge, and I don't want to. The press conference held earlier that no one was injured, which is a good thing about that. You know, a lot of people were worried about some people in that building being injured, but as we heard in that press conference held earlier today, it doesn't appear that anyone was injured. Now, Sled agents are on scene at this point. They're trying to talk with people and get more information for their official reports. That information is expected to be released in the next coming days, and of course, we'll let you know those details as they become available to us. In downtown Charleston, Karina Bolster, Live 5 News.
Karina, thank you. Police say the man in this sketch, wanted as a person of interest, is not the suspect shot today in the standoff. Officers originally believed it may have been the same person, but in that news conference said that may not be the case, and now it appears it was not the same man. Berkeley County Lieutenant Will Rogers remains in stable but critical condition at MUSC tonight. It was a week ago tonight he was shot 3 times outside a gas station in Moncks Corner.
From the shooting of Lieutenant Rogers last week to the standoff early this morning, we have you covered. So head to live5news.com for a raw video of the news conference, a slideshow of the standoff, and another look at the sketch of that person of interest.